Hello students, today we learn one new experiment from group number 3, electricity and magnetism. In this group, the first practical is of self-inductance by Owens bridge. As you know, there are different bridges for our study since 11 to this year in the electricity. From that, we study here Owens bridge for the determination of self-inductance of a given inductor coil or inductance coil. Now for this, aim to determine the self-inductance of a coil by Owens bridge method. For this practical, the apparatus are as follows. We need, in order to build circuit, we need capacitors, resistance boxes, inductor of which we have to be determined the self inductance, AC and DC sources as well as table galvanometer, headphone or null detector. In place of this we can use CRO also. Now, first of all, we have to perform this practical for a DC balance, and it is the required circuit diagram for this. This P, Q, R, these three are resistance boxes. This is one more resistance box. Then in the branch AD, the inductor L is connected in the branch AD. Branch A, B, C, D. Branch AB consists resistance P. Branch BC includes resistance box Q, CD, R, and in the branch of bridge AD as inductance L. Now these branch AB and AD are commonly connected to the positive terminal of the DC battery, which mentioned here DC source, and its negative terminal is connected to the resistance box, and remaining two branches of the bridge commonly connected to one-way key. Ultimately, there is a connection of this DC battery resistance box to points A and B. These are the balancing points of the bridge. Now for the calculation of this inductance L, we are using here this P, R resistances and capacitor C. Now the formula for this as P into R into C, where L is the self-inductance of a coil, C capacitance of a capacitor, and R is the resistances in resistance box. While connecting this circuit, we have to vary the values of these resistances, and we have to determine the null point or null detector for this fabricated DC balance circuit. Now, determination of the resistance of inductance using DC bridge. For this, it is a required observation table from resistance P ohm, Q ohm, R ohm, and with the use of this formula, resistance of the inductor is equal to X equal to P upon Q into R ohm, and finally we have to calculate mean X ohm, which is the resistance of that inductor. Now these values of P and Q are standard ratio, are mentioned in standard ratio, because in the formula there is a ratio of P by Q, and we have to multiply that ratio by this variable resistor R. Now the first combination of the resistances P and Q are 100. When we move towards this diagram, when we remove the resistance P from the resistance box as 100 ohm, from this branch as 100 ohm, and we have to find out these resistance R in order to show this stable galvanometer as a null deflection or zero deflection. Now for our setup in the laboratory, it will come up to the 90, and therefore P by Q into R by this formula, these are same, therefore 100 by 100 into 90, finally it results 90. Now we move towards the second combination, P same as 100 ohm. but Q 10 times as the previous value, that is 1000 ohm. For this combination, again we follow the same procedure, varying resistance P, Q and sort out or find out the resistance R for the null deflection in the table galvanometer or zero deflection. It comes out to be 900, and again by applying the formula we have the result as 90. Similarly, we try for the third pair, that is P remains same 100 ohm, Q remains 10,000 ohm, and we should vary for R for zero deflection. It comes out to be 9,000, and by again applying this formula it comes out or results 90. And therefore, as usual, we are taking the mean of all these three readings and it comes out to be 90. It means that the inductive reactance or inductive resistance of a used inductor equal to 90 ohm. It works out the DC balance. Why it is called as a DC balance? Because we are using here DC source as this battery having EMF E and the table galvanometer Z. It is contributing in the DC balance. It is the first part of our experiment. Now after performing the first part, that is DC balance, now we are able to have the values of P, Q, R for these three different combinations. Now let us move for the second part of the experiment, which is known as AC balance. Ultimately or obviously, the DC source is replaced by AC source here, that is the audio frequency generator, and the detector, null detector. In previous case in first case it was the table galvanometer, and it is replaced now here by CRO. One can use here the headphone also, but CRO it is clearly visible, that is variation of the value, different values of P, Q, R and C. We are able to see the actual variation of the spot which is deflecting on the CRO screen, and therefore it is table galvanometer is replaced by CRO, that DC source is replaced by audio frequency generator, and remaining the components there is a slight variation. In the branch AB, the resistance P as it is as above. In the branch C, we are connecting along with this Q resistor, we are connecting here this inductance in series with this Q. It is the slight change in branch BC. Now in the branch CD of the balance, we are taking the capacitor C2 in series with the resistor R, and in the fourth branch only there is a capacitor of C1 in the AD branch. Ultimately, the branch AB and AD combinedly connected to the AC source, and remaining two branches of the bridge are connected to the AC source as audio frequency generator. Here we have to keep one fixed value of this signal, that is audio frequency generator. We may keep or we should keep in our laboratory. It is equal to 1000 Hertz, that is 1 kilohertz constant frequency generated by this audio frequency generator. And now we vary the values of P, Q and find out X. Now already from first observation table we are able to have this value X ohm, and it is equal to 90 ohm in each case. Now what is our duty here? Q plus X is equal to P in the first branch, that is branch BC. Q plus X, that is this which we have determined above, that is the addition of these two is equal to P. C1 is equal to capacitor C2, both are equivalent having the value 0.22 microfarad. It results 0.22 into 10 to minus 6 farad, both are equivalent, and therefore we are able to have the value of P and value of C1 C2, that is equal to C. Therefore this P, Q, X, next column is R, and we have to apply here this formula L is equal to PRC in order to calculate the inductance of an inductor coil in terms of the units Henry. Now for null detector on a CRO screen, we should vary here P and Q. We should vary here both P and Q for keeping X equal to 90 and having the null detector in this on the CRO screen or on the CRO. Therefore, if we pick up this, because in a earlier case we have taken the values of P equal to 100 ohm. Here we are changing slightly. It is in the range of 200, 300, 400, 500 and so on. But X is equal to same, and therefore by keeping this P known value, X is known value, and we are varying this Q for null detection on the CRO screen, and therefore it comes out to be 110 for first pair, 210 for second, 310 for 400 and 410 for 500p. As you observe the values of P and Q, there is a slight change. There is a slight increase or slight difference in these values of P and Q, because as you observe this diagram, that is P and Q both are in the opposite branches. When bridge balance is there, this ratio should be equal to this ratio, that is the bridge balancing condition, and that exactly is proved here, and therefore we proceed further for L equal to PRC, mean L Henry. After calculation we have to take its mean. Therefore, resistance of a inductance coil RL equal to ohm in terms of ohm, and the self inductance of a inductance coil L is equal to Henry in terms of Henry. It is our the practical, that is OS bridge, in order to calculate the self inductance of a given inductor coil.